Hi everyone, we're back out in the park. I thought I'd get the Fimi up again. Basically we've got probably a brief interlude of sun, and I don't know when it's going to occur again this decade, so we have to get out and give it a go. I'm thinking of doing a comparison between the Fimi X8 Mini again and the Mavic Mini 2. Sorry, DJI Mini 2. Why can't they keep that Mavic name? I love it. But anyway, yeah, we're basically going to do another flight, and hopefully the weather today, hopefully a little bit more sunny, so maybe we'll get a nicer comparison. But let's see how we get on. I'm just going to put my hat cam back on, and hopefully I've got it angled right. But anyway, everything's looking good on the drone. It's ready to go. So what I'm going to do, and in fact it's already recording, so I must have accidentally hit the button there. But anyway, I'm going to come out of that. I'm going to go in and check my settings, as you always need to. Yeah, stick it in high always. White balance today, it is basically sort of semi-sunny, so I don't know whether I want to go out of auto into like sunny day. I'll probably keep it in auto. Let's stick with that for the minute. Anyway, let's start the recording on the drone, and then let's do a takeoff. Okay, up it goes. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, up it goes. It goes up to, I think Marcus Crawford over at Idaho Quadcopter said they go up to about 4 meters normally, and that's right. Yeah, sorry to hear that he's had issues with his Fimi, and basically I think he dropped it and it broke, which is a real shame. Hopefully you can get that fixed and get back up in the air shortly. There's another reviewer that I saw as well, Gavin HR, who's not that far from me, I think, and he had an issue where his just simply won't connect to the controller. So, you know, there has been issues with this Fimi, definitely. We're getting a lot of niggly sort of initial issues by the looks of it. Right, so I'm going to go up and I'm going to have a look out over the field from the park and just see how we get on. It's a shame it was really sunny when I sort of thought, oh, I better run out, because it was meant to be a rainy day, and I thought, oh, I better run out and sort of check the you know, I better run out and quickly grab this sunlight. Well, I'm definitely getting breakup in the FPV here, which is weird because I'm only really just out in front, so not sure what's going on with the controller there. Maybe adjust the antennas a little bit, see if we can get a better signal. But yeah, you know, that's an issue as well there. Didn't experience this on the first time that we took the Fimi out, but yeah, so that's a shame. Let's see what happens. Is it still, yeah, it's still all responded to controls, so there we go. Basically it is working, but yeah, there's definitely breakup in the FPV, and that's weird because I did not have that issue the first time I came out in the park. So yeah, weird things with this drone. A lot of people having a lot of bad luck with it. I think I've probably been relatively lucky with it so far. So I've just taken it out over the river there. Might come back round. I'm hoping that the sun will come back out and that we can kind of do a nice comparison between this and the Mini, but you know, you never know. Yeah, it's definitely getting breakup, and there's not really anything. I've got like a clear line of sight to the drone really, so that's a bit of a worry. It's straight away it's sort of moaning. I mean, it's a reasonable distance, but definitely got line of sight. So I think that's weird that the controller is having issues there. But yeah, let's bring it back round towards us. But yeah, it's straight out in front of us, so there shouldn't really be any issues with the controller. I mean, there's some trees that are kind of lower, but they shouldn't really be affecting the line of sight. So just drop that gimbal down. Yeah, and interesting, you know, I was wondering whether, you know, no one else has seen the sort of gimbal, sorry, the horizon tilt that I had. So I'm not convinced that it wasn't just wind. Okay, so it should be over the top of us now. What I might do, so yeah, how much are we doing? We've got 84% battery, that's good. So right, so what I want to do, hopefully the sun will come back out, because that was kind of part of my plans. I wanted a kind of more sunny day for this comparison, really try and get the most out of both cameras with each drone. So I mean, it's only really just gone behind a cloud. It looks like it will come back out again soon, so maybe we could send it back towards us, return to home, and then by the time we kind of take off again, maybe it will come out from behind the cloud again, and we can get on with doing a comparison. But yeah, basically hopefully this will, its precision landing is turned on as well, so hopefully we'll get some precision landing. Right, yeah, there's definitely, what is it doing? It almost looks like the screen is frozen. I don't think it has, maybe it's just moving very slowly, but yeah, I just don't feel like the signal's very good today. Maybe some interference. It's not showing us any interference on the app, so yeah, it's coming down now, so maybe that was just it getting into position. But sometimes you can think it's frozen on the screen because the screen doesn't really show as much detail as as what you'll see in the video when it's actually taken off the SD card. So yeah, and another mini drone to add to the list that's coming out soon, the Zino Mini Pro. So we're all looking forward to seeing where that, when that comes out, because on paper that looks a better drone than this and the Mini 2, but of course specs can be misleading. But yeah, let's have a look, see if we can see it coming down. Yeah, it's coming down. And is it going to land on the pad? It's doing pretty well. Yes, I would say it's just on the edge. I mean, that is kind of a win. Right, so yeah, I'm happy enough with that. But what I'll do is put it back on the pad, and hopefully now we can start up there. Just check our settings again. I always worried with these Fimis that they change the settings in between. But yeah, no, it's definitely not. It still won't come out from behind that cloud. Still not coming out. Right, okay, so let's do it again. Let's do a takeoff. I think we're just going to have to deal with what we've got. So let's put it up. So what I want to do is sort of head out towards the river. So I want to go up, sorry, and then head out towards the river. Hopefully we can do a comparison between the two drones. Right, so here we go, there's the river. Try and get that sort of, in the center there. Go out over it. Yeah, it's a real shame. I mean, it was beautiful sunny. I went to drop off a parcel to the shop and it was beautifully sunny, and then suddenly it goes cloudy again, as it always does here. But that's a shame, but there's not much we can do about it, I'm afraid. Oh, it's moving around a bit there, the yawing, it's like it was delayed. I was trying to, and this was the thing I found in the last comparison video. It was difficult because the Mini 2 was getting blown off course, and the Fimi, you can get a bit of a lockup in the FPV. Although I didn't have as much lockup as this last time. So if we just head over here. Yeah, it's just such a shame that we're not seeing the sun, really. I think the sun really brings out these kind of mini drones. There's something about it. It definitely helps. Because the smaller the sensor on the camera, of course, the less light that it can take in. And I think that's the thing. When you do, hang on, here we go. Right. Yeah, and another thing was we had sort of customized settings on the Mini 2 inadvertently last time, so whether or not we should just quickly reset those settings before the Mini 2 goes up as well, just to sort of make sure that we don't get any unfair tilting of the gimbal that some people thought might be the case, because the settings. Right now the sun looks like it is coming out from behind me, so let's see what we're getting. Back down the river, there we go. But yeah, it's definitely not, it's definitely a bit of breakup in this FPV, and that's a bit annoying because it was all fine before. You know, it was really quite good. So yeah, it's coming out nice and sunny now, so right, maybe we can sort of use that to our advantage. Let's fly back over towards us. There we go. Yeah, so I'm flying back over me now, so what I want to do is kind of look in different areas, sort of do a bit of a pan round the area and see when we get the Mini 2 up if we can kind of compare between the two and see what the kind of differences are. So just want to pan round, just have a look around the whole sort of park area, go around once, and then we'll lift the camera up and go around again, see if we can just sort of get some nice views out over the park, and hopefully the sun will stay out long enough for us to get the Mini 2 up. So maybe drop down, have a look at the park, try and get some different angles in, because you'll get different sort of, you know, different kind of looks to the picture as it's kind of got less sun maybe hitting it directly. So that's back down there. And then, right, what we're doing, yeah, look back up at the scrapyard. How's the scrapyard's colours looking? They were looking very vibrant the other day, which was quite nice. It was nice to see. Right, okay, so, you know, are we getting any tilted horizon? No, I don't think so. I think the horizon's looking pretty good today. And I thought it felt a little bit windy this morning as well, so yeah, everything's looking pretty good, I'd say. If we just keep going round a bit, so this way we'll get the most out of seeing what's on this camera. But yeah, hopefully the sun will stay, because we want really the Mini 2 to have exactly the same conditions as what we've got now. The trouble is it's kind of sunny cloudy, so it's going in and out, but hopefully we will get it for both drones. I mean, it's kind of already going a bit behind the clouds, but maybe we'll get like a mixture of both. So let's have a look down at the park again. Yeah, I think with these mini drones you definitely need sunlight. I mean, it's kind of, you know, you'll get I mean, no one really wants a video without sunlight anyway, do they? But I think, you know, that these sort of little sensors, you get the most out of them when you got sunlight. So right, okay, right, that's the Fimi. So let's get the Fimi back, and then let's do the Mini 2. So let's get this to return again. Let's see if we get the precision landing. Hopefully we do. All right, it's right above us, so it's coming straight down, which is great. So we must have been literally above its its landing pad. And it's coming down. Let's hope that it is over the landing pad, because it didn't really move anywhere. So the tree looks very close, so I'm a bit, in a minute, should cancel that. Right, I think it hasn't gone into return to home, it's gone into auto land, which is annoying. So I don't know what I did there. Maybe I just didn't see on the screen properly what was going on, so I'm going to cancel that. Okay, right, I'm going to do return to home. Yeah, I think I must have done the landing by accident. That's one thing to watch out for. If your screen's a little bit kind of, you know, if you don't see your screen properly and you accidentally use the wrong button, then of course you could be landing down into, you know, somewhere. Luckily we're just in the park and probably not very far away actually from where I was. So yeah, I wasn't very far at all. But if you do that and you're over water or something, you know, and you don't realise. But anyway, let's see how it gets on. Let's see if it lands down on here. Hopefully it will. And then we'll get the Mini 2 back up, and it has kind of clouded over again, but it looks like it'll go sunny. So we should get like both conditions for each drone. So I'll take the hat cam off again. Sort of like point it up. I think it's trying to find its landing pad now. It sort of was a bit all over the place, but it's now worked it out. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say very similar to last time. You know, sometimes it takes a little while to get the propellers to turn off on this. I don't know, it just sort of, you know, a few sort of, you know, seconds of hesitation about turning it off there. But anyway, that's fine. Right, okay, so, right, give me 2 seconds while I go and sort out the Mini 2, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back with the Mini 2. It's still a little bit cloudy. I've done a reset on all my settings, so hopefully the gimbal and everything should be moving like the stock Mini 2 would do. So okay, everything's looking good to go anyway on the actual drone, so let's get this up. So let's just basically check our settings. We're in video, we're in 4K 30, so let's start the recording on the drone, and then let's do a takeoff. And where we go, yep, so that should be good. Okay, right, so it doesn't go up as high as the Fimi. It only goes up to like maybe a meter off the ground, which is a normal thing. Now of course this doesn't have precision landing, doesn't have any of the tracking features of the Fimi, but is a very reliable, solid drone. You know, I would say that this is still the kind of preferred mini drone at the moment. We'll have to see what the Zino Mini Pro looks like, but on history, you know, you've always got to give it to DJI, because they kind of make very good, solid drones, decent quality. So right, okay, so let's go up, let's have a look. And I think we're a bit, yeah, we were about this height before, but yeah, we're still not seeing any sun, unfortunately, and a train has helpfully stopped right next to us, so that's good for noise. Looks like a freight train to me. Anyway, basically the drone is going out towards the river, no problems, and it's all looking good. And I tell you one thing, I struggle to see the kind of FPV on the Fimi, but with the Mini 2, I would say that it's much easier to see the FPV, and overall I think the app is better on the DJI Mini 2, so that's something to bear in mind. If you want a kind of solid, really sort of like kind of nice experience, you know, where you kind of have a lot of reliability, I would say that the DJI drones can't really be beat on that. The Fimi's great, I think, but you know, there's a lot of economies in there. We're getting weak signal, which is weird. Again, today been a bit funny for FPV breakup, including on the Mini 2. So yeah, it must be something going on today with some sort of weird signals about the place. So yeah, definitely odd. Which I haven't seen before, so I'm definitely pointed directly at this drone, and you know, that doesn't make any sense to me. So okay, yeah, I think that the gimbal's definitely turning normally. It's not the kind of smooth settings that I'd set up. I mean, we're getting a bit of issues with the FPV, so that probably doesn't help. But yeah, if I just sort of head back towards the park, and I think we just hope again that we get a break in the cloud that we got last time. So yeah, I don't know, it's a bit, yeah, there's definitely a lot of breakup today, and it's not making it very easy to keep these sort of views a bit in sync, because I think when you're trying to do a comparison between two drones, you're trying to get sort of similar paths, but if you're getting jerky kind of FPV, that's a bit of a pain. Makes it a lot harder to do. So yeah, so we're coming back out over us now, and it looks like the sun is sort of coming out just as we are looking to come back towards us. But of course we can't test out precision landing because the Mini 2 doesn't have it. I don't know if that's something that DJI could add as a firmware update. Okay, let's do a little spin around. Again, I'm going to have to be sort of careful on the sticks a bit, because we don't have our custom settings, which made it a lot smoother. But yeah, the Zino Mini Pro is coming out soon, so really excited about that. Hopefully we can work out what site it will come out on first. I've been having a lot of fun trying to find that out. Shout out to my friend Ash, actually, who's been helping me with that. He's been trying to sort of see, so I'm getting a bit of gimbal tilt. Yeah, he's been trying to help look for that as well. It's been quite a fun sort of week trying to find where the latest news has been coming from, in order to try and get this drone as quickly as possible. But it's yeah, it's very odd. There's a lot of listings about, and I'm not sure. A few just look like they're taking almost pre-orders, but they probably will have to order it themselves from Hubsan, so you kind of want to order direct if you can. But where's that going to be? I'm sure there are other people out there who know a lot more about it than me, about who Hubsan probably normally partners with to kind of release the drone, or whether they do it directly themselves. But yeah, it's sort of a little bit sunnier. I wouldn't say it's as sunny as what the Fimi enjoyed, although it is kind of brightening up a little bit. Let's come down and have a look over the park area. Let's see if we can get a bit of a look over that. That's right, yeah, so it's really brightening up now, actually, just as I was saying that. See if we can get some sort of comparison here between the two drones. Now, I'm definitely seeing sort of more tilt in the Mini than I was in the Fimi, I think. Maybe that's just me looking at the FPV screen, but it does feel to me like there's more tilt in this drone. But try and get down and look at the park, got the angles there. There we go, yeah. How's the colours of the scrapyard looking when we come around there? Are they looking good? Some lads playing football over there next to us. They've been really good there. They haven't come over and tried to grab the drone or anything like that. Usually people try and get involved, but they haven't. Yeah, so it's just like kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, it's sort of not quite sunny. I don't think we quite got as good as what we got with the Fimi, but I don't know. There's been moments of it, so around a bit more, have a little bit of a look around. I'm just trying to get good angles, try and look at, you know, what's the dynamic range like, if you like, on these cameras, and see what we can see really, and then let you guys be the judge of what you think when the video's put up. So, but yeah, it's a shame the sun kind of went. I just, I was taking a parcel to the shop, and I just thought, right, I've got to quickly get out because it was really sunny. I saw a really friendly cat, petted the cat, and thought, yep, time for a drone video. It was kind of like I was in really good spirits. I was like, yep, get out there, do a video on the Fimi again. And yeah, unfortunately the sun kind of hasn't been as nice as when I saw the cat. But yeah. But anyway, that's the way of things, isn't it? So yeah, it's looking okay. I think it's sunning up again now. I think it's, right, so yeah, definitely seen a bit of a tilt. Maybe hold the position there for a second and see if it levels itself out. One thing I've heard is that you can kind of go side to side, and then that'll kind of level it out a bit. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just a lie of the land. Those of you new to the channel won't know probably that I flew my drone, my Mini 2, into a door frame, and I've been paranoid ever since that the gimbal is not level. But it's, I did all the calibrations, I did everything you need to do, so and there didn't look to be any real damage on it at all. So yeah. But once paranoia sets in, it's hard to get rid of it. But yeah, so looking good. I think we're seeing. Let's look a bit more at the clouds. Maybe see how that comes out. Yeah, sort of, you can see some of them are quite dark. It probably look better on the video than what they do in real life maybe. But yeah, so yeah, basically we have got a view of both of the drones. I mean, again, I haven't experienced the issues with the Fimi that some people have experienced. Some people are not getting them off the ground. Some people are, you know, finding them to be very fragile. I would say that, you know, it probably is a more fragile drone than the Mini 2. I think if you want a reliable, solid drone, you probably got to go for the Mini 2 at the moment. I mean, we'll see what the Zino Mini Pro comes out with, but I think, you know, the plastic on the Fimi is, it does feel a lot lighter and a lot sort of, I don't know. I mean, the Mini 2 is not exactly like kind of thick plastic, but I don't know. It does look and feel more substantial and comes with a nice kind of cover for it in the Flymore kit. So, but yeah, that's right. Okay, so I think we've got a good view there. Let's send the drone back home. Of course, we won't get a precision landing, but let's see how close it gets to the pad. Yeah, look at that. The sun's starting to. Nah, it will kind of come in and out. The sun's sort of just going in behind clouds, and there's quite a big bit of cloud next to it, so I can't see it getting much better for very long. Well, that is sunny. Just as I say that, yeah, it's really just a brief moment. But yeah, I mean, I think the Fimi, there's a lot of there is a lot needed, I think, to kind of, you know, there's a lot of little niggly issues that people have been having. Right, where is it? Right, yeah, it's up there. There's been a lot of sort of niggly issues with it, and I think they do need to kind of get that sorted, really. And you know, I'm sure they will, but I don't think it's quite as sort of robust as a Mini 2 is. And as you can see, the Mini 2 is nowhere near its pad. So I'm going to put the hat cam back on, and I'm going to land it manually. But that's the thing, you know, I think that's the only downside with the Mini 2, really, that if you could get it to sort of like have precision landing, some active track. I mean, it has, I think it has the ability to do active track because it's what it uses for its kind of quick shots. So in order to kind of focus on something, you do need those features. You do need the active track features. So, you know, it does seem very strange that they've left it out. But I think some people in the comments suggested that it might be to do with the fact that it doesn't have obstacle avoidance. And probably Fimi sell to a lot of, you know, there's a lot of enthusiasts who buy these drones. So people like me and you watching this, you know, people who are more, you know, into the drone hobby, not just people who buy a drone on a whim. So kind of Fimi will be probably targeting us on YouTube, whereas DJI is kind of mass consumer market. And I think that their nervousness around having active track in this is probably to do with that you know, you might like kind of think that it knows what it's doing. You'd kind of track you and it would avoid anything around it, but of course it won't. It'll go straight into a tree if you walk that way. So I think that's the thing with, you know, with DJI. They probably, I mean, yes, it's probably a nice feature for them to leave out on the mini drone. So you think about a Mavic Air 2 or an Air 2S, but I think they also have in mind that, you know, people who probably not that used to drones will buy this and then kind of, you know, not understand the consequences of having the active track on there and just walking around and it hitting things. So it's a bit of a, you know, I think that's treating people like babies, really. I don't think people are that stupid, and I think people are well aware. They will be careful, and yes, there'll be the odd person who gets caught out, but it's probably a bit over. You know, you don't need to be that kind of cautious, I don't think. But yeah, I think if we could get active track in here, it'd be great. Some people have come up with kind of hacks to
not enable it, but like kind of turning on the quick shot and then kind of getting it to do things, you know, like cycling away with it on with the quick shots on, and it's still tracking you. And you know, they all look very fiddly. And the Mini 1, if you do get hold of that can do active track on the Litchi app. So there is a way of kind of, you know, getting active track, but of course that only films at 2.7K. So yeah, precision landing would definitely be a nice feature, though. I don't know why they can't enable that. If the Fimi can do it, then surely this drone can do it. So yeah, it's probably half of it is DJI taking away features so that you upgrade, and half of it is just worries about people being overconfident with it who are newer to drones. Whereas with, say, Fimi and the Hubsan drones, probably more people, you know, looking on YouTube who probably already even have a DJI Mini 2 but would really like to try the active track features. So they go looking for the Fimi and they go, you know, we're a bit more in the know, I think. I think that's the difference. I think a lot of people, you know, well, we know a lot of people aren't watching this channel, you know, so, you know, like most people in the UK are not watching this channel and around the world. So those people probably only really know what they see on TV, and, you know, maybe a few YouTube videos about stuff. But, well, look, we've got a little, is that some sort of gnat or something on top of the drone there? I don't know if you can see that. It's probably too small to pick up. But yeah, let's see how the footage comes out between the two drones. It's quite sunny now. It's a shame, really. Maybe I should just send the Mini 2 back up. I don't know, because it's got like a bit more, it's a bit sunnier again now. So let's just see if we can take off again. Let's go up and see. Yeah, see if we... No, and as soon as I say that, it'll go behind the clouds. Plus I've got a big football game going on beside me, which I didn't really realise was there. They sort of turned up as I was doing this, so. But yeah, look, you know, maybe just a quick look around. Another quick look around just to get a bit more, you know, a bit more of a fair comparison between the two. Just see the different, you know, how it looks in sun and that kind of stuff. So it's definitely sort of glaring my screen a bit, so it's difficult to see what we're seeing here, but yeah, it's a lot sunnier than it was, so maybe a bit of a fairer comparison for the Mini 2. Just give it a bit of a fair shot against the Fimi, although it definitely excels in other areas compared to the Fimi, which I think reliability, definitely like durability and reliability, I think at the moment you've got to give it to the Mini 2. So you know, and the great thing that with it is that, oh, actually I haven't turned on the recording. That's pretty stupid, sorry about that. That's now on. I'll go round again anyway, so you won't have missed out on anything. But yeah, I think the reliability you've got to give to the Mini 2, and also you've got to, you know, you've got to realise that there's no Pro battery yet for the Fimi that we've seen. Well, we've seen it in a video, but we haven't actually seen it being used, and we haven't, you know, like we're not able to order more batteries for this, so that's another issue. So you can only get this drone, well, not this drone, but you can only get the Fimi with one battery, so that's an issue. Whereas the Mini 2 you can get with, you know, 3 batteries in a Flymore combo, and also it's available just at your local sort of Argos or Walmart or, you know, Best Buy or somewhere like that. I don't know about Walmart, but it's available, you know, very readily. And yes, it costs more money, but you know, it is a good drone, and it is a, you know, it is a very reliable drone. So, you know, we can't really, I think, you know, the Fimi has to prove itself. Whereas the Mini 2 has already proven itself. It's just a shame that we kind of get hobbled features from DJI. That's the main reason that we kind of get disappointed. But you know, hopefully a bit of competition will enable
we'll get those features enabled in this drone. So right, so we're going around. I've tried to drop the camera angle down a bit just so we can get different look at colours. Train tracks look close, but I'm not actually that close to them. It always appears that you're just flying over it. Let's hope that's not why the train stopped earlier. Having a good look at us going, why is he flying over? I wasn't flying over them. I was quite a distance back. These things always sort of look worse than they do in real life when you actually see them on the actual film. I'm actually stood quite far, you know, I'm a good sort of 50 meters away, I would say, from the train tracks. But yeah, basically it's looking pretty good. I'm seeing tilt all the time, and I just don't know why that is, if it's just me going round. Although I saw another video the other day and of the Fimi, and I saw sort of a tilt, but the reviewer was saying, oh, we're not seeing any tilt. So yeah, I think, you know, maybe it's just the way I'm interpreting the tilt. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's I don't think the Mini 2 is a tilted horizon, and I don't think the Fimi has got a particularly tilted horizon really either. I think it's just the way it looks as you're panning round. But yeah, so it's still a bit sunny actually, so it's pretty good. So yeah, this is getting its fair shot here with its camera. So when I looked at the last comparison video, I felt like the Mini 2, I don't know, just looked a bit more mushier than the Fimi. So it'd be interesting to see this footage, and I thought there was a lot more detail in the Fimi, but other commenters pointed out that there was vignetting and that kind of thing. So yeah, you know, there's a lot to these sort of cameras really. For me, the picture looked pleasing on the Fimi. Right, I'm going to send that back now. Oh, it won't let me return to home. That's interesting. Hang on, try it again. That's strange, isn't it? Maybe I'm too close or something. I'll bring it back down because I think it's only just above us anyway. So just have a look. Yeah, I think it's when it's within 30 meters of you, it won't let you return to home, something like that. So I'm going to bring it down. Hopefully it won't land on top of my head. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm going to try and land it and also control the hat cam. Yeah. So let's go there. Okay, right. I think I've got that pretty bang on. Not quite, but I didn't manage to cut any grass, so that was pretty good. I was doing it basically one-handed, so you have to be fair on that one, I think. But yeah, so anyway, hopefully that's useful to you if you're choosing between the Mini 2 and the Fimi. I think the Fimi is a bargain drone. I think the issue is that a few people have had issues where, but you know, there's probably more people who haven't had. I mean, my issues weren't sort of life-threatening. Other people's issues have actually put their drone out of action. So it is a worry, but I'm guessing that, you know, the vast majority of people probably have been okay, but you will face niggles, I think. That's the potential of this drone. You know, so I don't know. I think you still got to go with the Mini 2 if you can, but you know, it is a very good price on the Fimi. You know, you were looking at sort of, I think, you know, when I bought it, I got a feeling it was like half the price of the Mini 2. But then of course with the Mini 2 I got, you know, 3 batteries with it. I got, you know, a case. I got everything with it. So, you know, the Fimi kind of came with no charger. It just has a USB-C cable. So there are downsides to the Fimi, but overall I think it's good value. But probably for the moment, wait and see what the Zino Mini Pro holds, because that definitely looks like a good proposition as well. But yeah, I think you know, as time goes on, the Fimi will probably improve. Firmware fixes and that kind of thing will make it more reliable, but it does feel a little bit flimsier compared with the Mini 2, and on paper the specs of the Zino Mini Pro just look really good. So
we'll have to see that one in real life. We'll be striving to try and get hold of it and bring it to you. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully that's useful to you. If you could like the video, that'd be great. If you could click subscribe, that'd be great too. And we'll see you again in the next one. Thanks very much.